Hi, this is John, and today we're going to go over this lesson. It's a free download. You can click on the link, it will take you over to my website, and we are going to go over the key of D major. We're going to do the cadence, the 1-4-5 chord, and you can play thousands of songs just using these three chords, the 1-4-5 chord. Now, every key signature has a 1-4-5 chord. You know, in the key of C major, the 1-4-5 chord would be C, F, and G. But in the key of D, the 1-4-5 chord is D chord, G chord, and A chord. So you have to learn the 1-4-5 chord for all 12 key signatures. Before we start the lesson, you should really click on the link, go to my website, and download this. It's 2 pages. It shows you the chords and the music notation, and the notes have the letter name of the note embedded in the circle of the note, which makes it really easy to play. And that's page 1. And then page 2 shows you the fingering. And fingering these chords is very important when you do the cadence, the 1-4-5 cadence. You have to use the correct fingering. Now, I created this book. It has 138 piano accompaniment patterns. These are designed for beginners. And this is where you take these chords that we're going to take in this lesson, the 1-4-5 chord, and you break these chords up into two-handed patterns. And it's accompaniment, and you can sing and at the same time you're playing the piano. And this book will show you these different patterns, and they're very easy to learn. And you just sing right along with them, just like a guitar player. You know, guitar players, they have finger picking patterns, they have strumming patterns. Well, piano players have piano chord patterns, and that's what this book is about. You can buy it and support the channel, and it really helped me. And so let's get started with the lesson. Hi, this is John again, and we are going to take a music theory class on cadences. Cadence. And the cadence is where you play the 1 of the chord, 1-4-5 chord. But we're going to take the key of D. Now, I did this before for the key of C, but we're going the key of D. Turn the volume up here a little bit. Key of D. So the 1 chord would be D, and the 4 chord would be G, and the A chord would be your 5 chord. So let's learn this in the right hand. So in the right hand, the 1 chord is D, and the 4 chord is G. Back to the 1 chord, which is D major, and then the A chord. Now, so very important to learn. When we had the key of C, it was C, F, C, G, C, and that was in a previous video many months ago. Now we're in the key of D. D, G, D, A, D. Let me hold it down so you can watch it on the screen better. D, G, back to D, and then A. Okay, let's talk about the 1-4-5. So this is a numbering system you need to know when you play music. And it's built upon a scale. Now the D scale is D, E, F sharp, G, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. Now what you do is take the 4th note of that scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is G, and you take that becomes your 4 chord. The G note becomes your 4 chord, and then the 5th note, A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That 5th note becomes your 5 chord. So there's your root, and the root is the root chord. And here's the G, root chord, and the 5 chord, like that. Now, the fingering is really important here. In the right hand, the fingering for the root chord is just basically your thumb, index finger, and your pinky. So you have thumb on the D, and you have middle finger, which is finger number 3, on the F sharp, and your pinky on the A. It's evenly spaced out with your fingers. But now when you go over to the 4 chord, which is G chord, use the same fingers. You just move your middle finger and your index finger, you move your middle finger and your pinky over one key to the right. Like that. And so, see, you want to practice that in your right hand. Now, when you go to the A chord, which is the 5 chord in the key of D major, the fingering changes. Your thumb is on C sharp, your index finger is on E, and your pinky is on A. So the fingering is different. Now on the left hand, the fingering is opposite of your right hand. So the left hand, let's look at that. So now in your left hand, your little finger is on the D, and your middle finger is on the F sharp, and your thumb is on the A. Kind of evenly spaced, but it's opposite of your right hand. Now, so when you go to the 4 chord, the finger changes. You have your index finger over here on the G note. So if you put them together, it's just the opposite. See, it's kind of symmetrical here in the D chord, but then when you go over to the G chord, I have my middle finger over here, but I have my index finger over here. So it's kind of counterintuitive, but you really have to learn it this way because it's really important. This is the classical method taught to college students majoring in piano. If you learn it like this, it's wrong. You have to use your index finger right over here in the left hand. Now it switches, it goes just the opposite when you go from D chord to the A chord. So the left hand, your middle finger goes to the E. So middle finger, it's your middle finger right there. Come back to D. But in your right hand, when you go to the A chord, your index finger goes over here. So it's kind of hard to learn, but you need to train your muscle memory to do this. Like that. And then when you go to the G chord, again, it's just the opposite on the G chord. Middle finger's over here. Index finger's over here. But you want to learn this and play it fast. And you want to learn this for all your different chords. It's a key of E major. You have E chord, A chord, E chord, B chord, E chord. Then the key of F. F chord, B flat chord, F chord, C chord, F chord. So you learn this cadence. It's a cadence, and you go all the way up the keyboard doing this. And it just helps your music all together. You have a much even flow when you start playing chords and melody in the right hand. So there's a C chord, but the melody might be up here. So you have to use this inverted chord here. This is the basic to learning how to transition really smooth between your chords. You do not want to be jumping around like C chord, F chord, G chord, F chord. You have to use these inversions. And we'll talk about inversions in more detail later on, but inversion would be you have C chord in the root position, and then you have the first inversion of C chord, and now you have the second inversion of C chord, and back to the root of C chord. So every chord, triad chord, which consists of 3 notes, you have these inversions. You have the root, then the first and second inversion. And that's how and that's real basic. You need to understand and practice doing.